In this video, we look at the most streamed albums in a single day on Spotify. Legends Never Die by Juice WRLD. It was released on July 10, 2020, as Juice WRLD's first posthumous album. It features hit singles like Righteous, Come and Go, and Wishing Well. The album now has 6.2 billion streams on Spotify. El Último Tour del Mundo by Bad Bunny. It was released on November 27, 2020, as Bad Bunny's third studio album. It features hit singles like Dakiti and La Noche de Anoche. The album now has 6.3 billion streams on Spotify. Cowboy Carter by Beyonce. It was released on March 29, 2024, as Beyonce's 8th studio album. It was preceded by the #1 single Texas Hold'em. The album now has 842 million streams on Spotify. Beer Bongs and Bentleys by Post Malone. It was released on April 27, 2018, as Post Malone's second studio album. It features hit singles like Rockstar, Psycho, and Better Now. The album now has 11.6 billion streams on Spotify. Folklore by Taylor Swift. It was released on July 24, 2020, as Taylor's 8th studio album. It was a big departure in sound for Taylor, as she went in a folk direction, with hit singles like Cardigan and Exile. The album now has 7.7 billion streams on Spotify. Red, Taylor's Version by Taylor Swift. It was released on November 21, 2021. It is the re-recording of Taylor's 4th studio album, Red. It features hit singles like Oh Too Well, 10-minute version. Donda by Kanye West. It was released on August 29, 2021, as Kanye's 10th studio album. It features hit singles like Hurricane and Off the Grid. The album now has 2.8 billion streams on Spotify. Her Loss by Drake and 21 Savage. It was released on November 4, 2022, as a collaborative album by Drake and 21 Savage. It features hit singles like Rich Flex and Spin 'Bout You. The album now has over 3 billion streams on Spotify. Harry's House by Harry Styles. It was released on May 20, 2022, as the third studio album by Harry Styles. It features hit singles like As It Was and Late Night Talking. The album now has 7.5 billion streams on Spotify. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar. It was released on May 13, 2022, as Kendrick's 5th studio album. It features hit singles like N95 and Silent Hill. The album now has 2.4 billion streams on Spotify. For All the Dogs by Drake. It was released on October 6, 2023, as Drake's 8th studio album. It features hit singles like First Person Shooter and IDGAF. The album now has 2.5 billion streams on Spotify. Speak Now, Taylor's Version by Taylor Swift. It was released on July 7, 2023, as a re-recording of Taylor's third studio album, Speak Now. It features from the vault singles like I Can See You, which went #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The album now has 2.3 billion streams on Spotify. Utopia by Travis Scott. It was released on July 28, 2023, as Travis's 4th studio album, after a 5-year wait since his last album, Astroworld. It features hits like Meltdown and Fiend. Scorpion by Drake. It was released on June 29, 2018, as Drake's 5th studio album. It features #1 singles like God's Plan, Nice for What, and In My Feelings. The album now has 10 billion streams on Spotify. Un Verano Sin Ti by Bad Bunny. It was released on May 6, 2022, as Bad Bunny's 4th studio album. It features hit singles like Titi Me Pregunto and Me Porto Bonito. It is the most streamed album on Spotify with 16.2 billion streams. Nadie Sabe Lo Que Va a Pasar Mañana by Bad Bunny. It was released on October 13, 2023, as Bad Bunny's 5th studio album. It features hit singles like Where She Goes and Monaco. The album is now sitting on 3.5 billion streams on Spotify. Certified Lover Boy by Drake. It was released on September 3, 2021 as Drake's sixth studio album. It features hit singles like Way Too Sexy and Fair Trade. The album now has 5 billion streams on Spotify. 1989 Taylor's Version by Taylor Swift. It was released on October 27, 2023 as Taylor's fourth re-recorded album. It features re-recordings of her biggest hits, including new singles like Is It Over Now. The album now has 3.5 billion streams on Spotify. Midnights by Taylor Swift. It was released on October 21, 2022 as Taylor's 10th studio album. It features hit singles like Anti-Hero, Lavender Haze, and Karma. The album now has 8.7 billion streams on Spotify. The Tortured Poets Department by Taylor Swift. It was released on April 19, 2024 as Taylor's 11th studio album. It is a 31-track album, and Fortnite with Post Malone was released as the first single. The song has accumulated 39 million streams just in its first 2 days.